I know that I'm gonna be called cold and sensitive for the way that I live. Which doesn't make sense. My opinions are based on experience. My opinions are based on research, extensive. But how many people whine about things that they willingly did? Hold on a second. Ooh. Yeah, you know, people are letting it all hang out on the internet. I guess I was stupid for thinking that the internet was gonna make a liar out of everybody. Just the narcissists. Everybody else is making it really obvious that they're not happy with themselves. You're fine with being lied to. You're fine with being told what to do, as long as you look good doing it. You're fine with side effects. They'll say you're not. There's side effects with everything, not just that. I know a lot about what I choose to do or not do. That's why I don't do it, because I know too much about it. So they want to say that, well, these people aren't educated. Well, why are you listening to them? All the authority you give them, you didn't have to give them. Just because your best friend did, or your neighbor did, or everybody else around you did, that doesn't mean you have to. I guess I just don't understand caving into social pressure. Wow, that was so bad. Pressure. At least I have fun when I fuck up. All you do is complain about it, as if somebody held a gun to your head, as if somebody forced you to do everything that you willingly did. Call your bluff, I know it's tough, and everyone will hate you for it, but it's the right thing thing to do. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I like that one key. That was a good key. But no, I see this all the time. It's like people are like, man, my doctor doesn't seem to know anything about this. My doctor doesn't have any idea that your gut affects your neurotransmitters. You don't have any idea. Because they're not supposed to. They're not paid to. They're not paid to know stuff like that. They're paid to sell the product. The product that's designed to manipulate you and convince you to keep doing what they're doing. Or keep doing what they tell you to keep doing. Alright? I get so heated when I talk about this because it just pisses me off. The ones that are the most pissed off of pharmaceutical companies are the ones that took their shit advice. Those of us that were smart enough to not take their shit advice, we just get called crazy. We get called crazy by the same sacks of shit that want to complain about side effects. They want to complain about addiction. They want to complain about withdrawal and all that shit. Well, I just value my emotions, I guess. I don't think that Americans, well, not just Americans, Western people, I don't think that westernites value their emotions at all. They definitely don't understand them. So, if you don't value having emotions, then you're probably not going to have them anymore. You know? If you don't value health, you're probably not going to be healthy. This isn't that fucking smart, you know? Like, it's just obvious. Well, I really do value my mental health. That's why I did the complete opposite of everything I was told to do. I'll be laughed at, told that I was fucking crazy and stupid and selfish. They love to use that word selfish. They don't even know what that even means to be selfish. I think the most selfish thing you can do is to do what everybody else does. Because that doesn't set a good example of why God made us. And it also doesn't set a good example of like anything that freedom allots for, you know? Like we have the potential to do so much more than we allow ourselves. We try to convince your average plebeian sheep of this information. They'll just get offended by it. But how dare you tell me that I can make stuff, I don't have to watch TV all the time? How dare you tell me that I should figure out my psychological problems instead of relying on some fucking shitty ass head doctor, you know? Because they want to think of themselves as victims, just because they exist, okay? Western civilization, the Industrial Revolution, is designed to capitalize on the sheep, okay? And all the stupid shit that they believe in. They don't believe in God. How could you possibly believe in God and pharmaceuticals at the same time? Because the sole purpose of pharmaceuticals is to cancel out God. So you don't trust God anymore, you trust some fucking shot to boost your fucking immunity? I mean, I do have compassion for stupid people. Gullible people, let's just say that. I have compassion for them because they don't know what they do. But at the same time, when they whine about it, that compassion's gone. I'm like, dude, I cannot stand the victim mentality. And the victim mentality is so corrosive. And it's fucking contagious too, man. That shit sheds better than anything else. Which is why I don't support the Me Too crap. You know? The last thing that women need to believe is that they're victims, because then they'll consistently put themselves in situations that make them victims. And that is what all these people have done. All these so-called victim groups repeatedly put themselves in situations where they end up a victim. Typically of pharmaceutical companies, but they're victims of all kinds of shit. They want to talk about how organized religion is like just designed to control people. I mean, yeah, they just capitalized on it, man. They capitalized on our spiritual nature that we were born with, because everybody's of God, whether they acknowledge that or not. But I find it really funny whenever people make fun of me for being religious. I guess they just assume that I'm a typical sheep, which is fine. They can assume that all they want. As if people aren't believing a bunch of other shit that's also designed to control them. You know? All these sacks of shit have an iPhone. I'm not going to take you seriously if you have an iPhone, because it's like you're going along with all these efforts to control you. You want to act like that's not a religion? This worshipping of technology? The AI knows you better than you know yourself. People don't value a relationship with themselves. They don't value friendship. They don't value marriage. And yeah, they use all these groups of people to kill themselves, essentially. I mean, feminism has done a far better job of oppressing women than, you know, your wife-beating husband. Oh, I just saw a guy with a cigarette dangling out of his mouth. That was fucking hot. Speaking of wife beaters, right? Yeah, feminism. I mean, here's the thing: if you don't want to do the traditional thing, that's fine. It really is. And non-traditional women are not going to be bullied into doing something that they don't want to do, because we have a more anarchistic mindset. We don't need the government to give us rights. I mean, any woman that's fucking self-aware, and there's nothing more empowering than self-awareness, by the way. Any woman that's actually self-aware, who's legit empowered by that self-awareness, wouldn't need an abortion. Because she'd know when she's most fertile, and she would fuck when she's most fertile. At the very least, she'd tell the dude to pull the fuck out. Okay? So basically, government, pharmaceuticals, advertisements, they're just capitalizing on the fact that we've given up on ourselves. Porn. I mean, yeah, I hate porn with a passion. But, you know, instead of taking down the porn industry, which you're never gonna fucking do, how about you try to solve the problems that are making people wanna look at that shit in the first place? All they do is change the scenery. They never change the situation. And the only people that can see that are truly mentally ill. Yeah, if you don't go along with this shit show of a society, you're considered mentally ill. So there are two types of mental illness. I know I mentioned this before, but I think it's really important to talk about. That's why I talk about all these things, because they're important to me, and I think they should be important to society. That's why this whole channel exists, okay? So, the types of people that go along with society, a lot of those people are fucking sick. A lot of those people are psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissistic. And those people will never be punished for that. Those people will never be treated the way that they deserve to be treated. Because they typically work for the agenda, you know? So think about it like this. With homosexuality, they have managed to convince a lot of gays that they're being discriminated against all the time, which can be further from the truth. If they're being discriminated against at all, it's because there are a lot of gay people that are out of their fucking minds. And I don't think all of them are. I think there are plenty of them that realize how fucked up their community is. And they're speaking out against it. But gays that want special protection and all that shit, these are the same people that they think that they should be able to go out and fuck a bunch of people. And look, anybody that is like a heathen should be discriminated against, okay? I think that bad people should be discriminated against. I don't think that what makes you a bad person is your identity, okay? What you do with that identity is everything. I'm trying to come up with a more concise way to say these things. But they've used the worst gay people to represent gay people. They use the stupidest black people to represent black people. They use the stupidest, most self-destructive, totally illogical, irrational, sack of shit women to represent women. Okay? That's what all of these elements of progress are all about. That's why I don't fall for these narratives. All these people are bad. All these people are degenerate. No. Just the ones that are on TV. Okay? Yeah, it's really easy for them to do this because of the word progress. They hear the word progress, they think that's a good thing. It's not. That's why I don't use it. I always say work and success. And I correct other people too, and they're like, oh, we're making progress. I'm like, no, we're not! Don't fucking say that! Don't push their agenda, damn it. But it's just these little things. All these little things that lead to the bigger things. And it's all a culminating effect. So people that want to just say, oh, well, this is the problem, they're so simple-minded. Everybody in this country is so fucking simple-minded, it's disgusting. So if I sound cold, it's because I'm pointing out how stupid and gullible everybody is. And yeah, stupid and gullible people don't really want to be told that because they don't want to be held accountable for the fact that they believed the pharmaceutical companies and they believed their employers and they believed the government. They believe the government. We should take you seriously? Anyway. But yeah, I gotta go to work. I'm really fucking late because I spilled coffee all over my car. Not too much. Enough to make it seem like it was way more than it was. I think I spilled like this much. But I'm gonna go to work. But yeah, you have any idea how people think that you have any idea how many people think that I am just some loser because I work at a burger joint? Like I should be more advanced in my life or something? Like that right there is proof of what I'm talking about. That people think that, oh, because you have this job, you're just some pathetic piece of shit. And that's wrong, because it's like there's this idea of social hierarchy that's just not fucking true. And that's not Christian at all. Christianity is an egalitarian philosophy. That's why it's best described in the book of Acts, because that's how we're supposed to act. But that's why I'm trying to be a little bit more understanding about gullible people. Because, you know, they have no idea what they get themselves into. My issue is they want to pat themselves on the back for getting into something terrible. And then they want to pressure everybody else into doing that same exact thing. Don't trust anything that you were told by authority figures. Oh hey, I'm missing a button. It's kind of cool. It's not even on right, dude. Yeah, I do this all the time, look. Look, do you see it? But yeah, man. I pity society, that's why I do this. All for most people to shit on it, not understand it. That's fine. Keep doing that. Keep doing that, you're just validating me.